Hello, today is a bit of a life update, I suppose you could probably call it that, about like how year 13's been going and like how I'm finding it different and what I'm doing differently and what I should have started doing differently in September but I've started doing now. So yeah, hopefully this will be helpful. So I feel so far this year there's been, I wouldn't say a large like increase in like the amount of content that we have to learn or like the difficulty of it as of yet. Obviously we've not really gone past Christmas yet, so it could probably intensify, but I definitely do think there's like a jump from year 12, maybe not like such a huge jump from like year 11 to like about after Christmas of year 12, but there is quite a jump just because you have to remember the AS and the A2 content now, along with doing exam practice, so like solidify your knowledge. It's just a bit like, oh, I need to make sure I do the work that's in lessons, but I also need to make sure I don't forget about all the stuff that I did this time last year. Another difference I'd say then for being less stressed in year 13 than in year 12 would be the fact that I don't need to research universities or research courses or careers that link to it and like die over what I want to do because I don't know what I want to do and be frustrated over that because I've already sent off my UCAS application now, so there's nothing I can really do about it if I want to change it. I suppose I am sort of still keeping my eye out on degree apprenticeships in case any come up that are really interesting and I want to do them. So I am keeping my eye out for them, but otherwise I can spend my form catching up on homework and things like that instead of spending hours looking over my personal statement and just procrastinating. So I'd say that's a positive. So they were sort of like the academic differences of what I've done for this between these 2 years. Oh, I've just sliced my finger. Ow. I don't even know. I've just sliced it on something. Ow. So what was I saying? I forgot. So like, as well as the academic differences of year 12 and year 13, I'd say like I'm also doing, well, I wouldn't say a lot more outside of college. I've got a job now. That's about it. Because like last year I was still volunteering on Saturdays. Apart from now, I'm working both Saturday and Sunday. So there's like less time at a weekend to do extra revision. So I've had to schedule it into doing it during the week more. I'm also doing driving lessons, so that's an hour every Monday when I have free at college. I leave college and go do a driving lesson, so I get in about 4ish, and then that's like an hour gone. But with this extra outside of collegeness, I've also shot myself and I've started using a diary because I hate diaries and I can never keep up with them. But so far, I've been able to keep up with it. Although it is annoying because whenever I put something in, so it always ends up changing, and I always have it in a specific colour, and my Tipp-Ex is currently run out, so I cannot edit it at all. So there's that bit which is frustrating. But yeah, I'm actually quite shocked with that. I'll have to keep you updated with how long a diary lasts for because it doesn't usually last this long, so I need to see how much longer it will last for. So I struggled quite a lot with like health issues. So like in year 10 I missed a lot of the end of the year, but luckily they were so nice and they sent it home to me. And then when I did go back after about Easter time, I was in a wheelchair until September of 2011. Then I was allowed to walk about. Now in year 12 last year I missed about 3 weeks probably. No, maybe not. No, it was 2 weeks, but one of them was half term, so technically it was only 1 week because I was sneaking and I was only ill when half term started, so yeah, I didn't miss that much. So I missed a week then. They were all authorised, obviously, because I had issues. And then when I went back after that week, I was in a wheelchair again, and then I was only allowed in half days, so it meant like I'd be missing a lesson a day. So it was really annoying, but again, they did send me the work home and I made sure I caught up with it. It was just a bit of a, when we did the end of year mocks in year 12, I sort of didn't do as well, especially in my chemistry, as I would have dreamed of doing. It wasn't bad, it wasn't like a fail. I think I got a C in my chemistry, and I got like a B and an A in my psychology, I think. So yeah, there was that issue, so I'm trying to make sure that that doesn't happen this year, to be fair, because I do not want to, because it always seems to be after February when it happens, and then it's sort of like the lead up to exams. So that was really annoying last year, because I had, well, in year 10 I sat my English early, so that was annoying. I got really what I expected though, because I hate English, but last year I had my Latin and my maths exam, and I got an entry 3 in my Latin, but I only got a B in my maths, which really annoying, because I wanted, well, I can't say I wanted, I would have hoped for like an A, but there's nothing I can really do about it. I should have probably done more revision at home than what I did, but I can't, it's like hard because nobody in my family is really the best at maths, so I would have preferred to like go to the revision sessions with a teacher, but obviously I wasn't allowed. So I need to make sure that that doesn't happen this February, otherwise I'll be missing out on the last bits of revision for the actual A levels. So I'm going to make sure I don't exert a lot of energy by just sleeping a lot of the time. No, I'm not. So like, I'm going to try and not overly stress myself and overly like do stuff so that I end up falling ill again. So yeah, I'd say they're really the only differences I can think of. I've not really changed my social life at all. I'm still very antisocial, which I suppose some of you might say is a bad thing, but for me personally I don't think it's a bad thing. I can't deal with people in large crowds. So yeah, this year is going to be definitely a lot more study focused, exam practice focused, all that type of stuff, and not as much as getting stuff done to look good. So like, I won't be doing, I know it's probably bad and you should like do volunteering to help everybody out, but I can't be bothered, and I would prefer to get the grades than help year 11s get into college. I'd prefer to get the grades myself for my A-levels than like show people around college as a student ambassador during open days when I could be getting some extra work done or whatever. So I'm going to be greedy. Yeah, I'm going to be greedy for the rest of this year. I'm not going to let anybody waste my time. Nobody's going to waste this person's time. Unless obviously you have questions, and then I'll film a video for you and answer it. That would be a bit of procrastination for me. So yeah, that's me. Au revoir. See you next week.